Hello, my name is Dallas, and today I'm starting up the Castlevania Dominus collection, specifically so that I can try out the Haunted Castle Revisited. Because I'm still slowly chipping away at the Castlevania franchise, and also I wanted a very short game to play today. So we're gonna start off with just the arcade remake. So the only thing I kind of know about this game going in, obviously, is that it's an arcade remake. And it's had notable changes. And it's, like, estimated to be an hour long. Other than that, we're just gonna go through and kind of wing it until we beat the game, and then we'll be done for the day. Part of me did consider also, like, going back and playing the other arcade one if it goes quicker than I thought. But I might just hold off on that for another day. Pretty much just the plan today is just to have a quick short stream where I just get through, knock out a quick game. And also maybe if I'm feeling up to it, maybe I'll go for another Castlevania shortly after this. Because I'm trying to decide what kind of short games I want between some longer releases. I will say immediate impressions, the whip has some kind of way more range than I'm used to in a Castlevania game. Granted, I've only played 1 and 2. I should probably be playing a little bit more cautiously, but it's probably fine. Like the bags are just points, and I don't know if those get me anything. Was on one hit for quite a while. And there's boss done. I think there's 6 stages in total, so if that's first stage, that was even quicker than I expected. Seems like I can't interact with those ghosts. Never mind. Also, I think torch is supposed to be like the substitute for holy water, which, if it's anything like the first one, was kind of busted. I don't know how I feel about the timed upgrade for the whip. But I do kind of like the upper arc on it. Even just regular. A little bit greedy there, but it's fine. Just gonna leave the room. Luckily that was a one-shot. And I did hear that in the original version, like, dropping into a pit is an auto death, where it seems like now it's actually just limited amount of damage. Like, I was looking at some of the changes between the two. Just in case I decide to ever try out the original one. Like, they removed the limit on continues. It was a thing in the arcade version, but is not a thing in the collection. I don't think I want to go up there unless I have to. I think I have to. Guessing that there's supposed to be a staircase now. Also just trying to look for heals because I've not run into any. I did get the impression that heals were added randomly. They aim too high, so I don't have to worry about getting hit there. And obviously, since it's such a short game, I'm not like looking up any additional references. I'm just gonna try to blast through it and see what happens. Points don't seem to be worth it, and I don't think they give me heals. Didn't think the bat was gonna go high enough to hit me. So I didn't realize until just now that there's a time limit. But it does seem to reset. This was an area clear if I saw right. Like it costs multiple hearts, which I guess makes sense if it's an area clear. And another stage clear. It's going about as well as I expected. Maybe even a bit better. If I beat this in like 40 minutes or whatever, then I might just do the original just to see what it's like. But if it goes like the full hour, then I'll probably just do this one. Oh, I think I jumped up and hit the other guy. Finally found a key. Wasn't sure where the hitbox on that platform started. You made it. Looks like a platform up to the left. Or maybe not. Wasn't watching for the chandelier. Don't particularly care about points. Game's kind of bad dealing with these axe enemies. Might be down. Didn't see the chandelier there, but it's fine. I think if I was playing the original version, like actually on arcade, that would have been a full game over and I would have had to replay the entire game from there. Which is why this is definitely going to be a shorter one. That was just a rough place to be in. Beat or miss. weird angle it hit me at there. Seems like I do need to hit the core. It ain't got away time. That's first game over. 3 stages in isn't too bad for that. They'd actually probably save that until they actually ended the fight. Also note they do hit me on entering the room. Guessing only the purple ones hit me, everything else is safe. I was in the wrong spot there. Yeah, we got him. Halfway through in about 20 minutes, and I expect the last half is probably a little bit longer, so an hour sounds about right. Can't tell if it does any more damage or if it just increases the range. Would have liked to keep the torch in hindsight. Doesn't seem like I can go over there unless I just need to jump over this. Don't want to be caught between hazards, so we'll just go. Admittedly, for a second I didn't realize that was a platform there. Maybe it was points give lives. Unless that's just in the other version. Boomerang, I think, is better than knife a bit. about 8 hearts per use of that. And we found a free heal. That was definitely worth it. Also good to know that that opens up, I think, in walls. That's a little bit too much. Was close, but I was getting worried about time. Anytime they move their hands, it does damage. Which is weird because I have to use their hands as a platform. Bad time to go for the jump. I think I've got the general idea. The boss is just finding out when I'm able to actually, like, safely jump. So that buff does not last for long. It doesn't look like I only have to hit the head once. I can get like 3 hits on the chest. Sure, there's a safe way to deal with that. One more hit and we get it. There we go. I can definitely see how, like, in the arcade version, only having 3 continues for the entire game, this would be extra rough. Two stages left. Starting off with an area clear. A lot of bats. Doesn't seem like they drop anything, so I should just avoid them. Maybe there's a little bit of a damage boost. Feels very negligible because of just how quickly the upgrade expires. I think that trade is okay because I think I can get more damage from the torch if I throw well. I'm assuming that's a hazard, but I don't think I've actually been hit by it yet. Didn't need to grab that. I forgot that they have that mechanic now where they can just, like, do a final hit. I'd say time is definitely a big concern. Okay, so I can't jump on that. Because anything that touches it does damage, I assume. You know what I was supposed to do there. Here we go. Definitely easier than the Castlevania 1 version of this boss, which I kind of got hard stuck on for a while when I played it, so glad I got that done in 2 tries. So they do respawn in, but I should probably take note that just kind of need to keep moving. I didn't realize there was a second one. That was a duck, not a jump. Find a room, but I do not have a lot of health. And it looks like contact does hurt. That did a lot of damage for a whole 1 hit. Sometimes they home in and sometimes they just fly out. I can get like 1 hit safely and then I think I have to back off. Second game over. And the final boss is a fair place to lose it, so it's nice that they start me off in the room. I think I should have probably tried to save that actually. Wonder if I can just duck in front of them after the hit. And unless it homes in. That was worth the trade. Okay, so the bats also hurt when they touch. I was hoping I could just get the final hit. Got greedy. I wasn't quite far away enough. Oh, and I think I was too far away. Okay, I think I lose the upgrade on hit. That's what it is. That was quite a phase 2. And we start off immediately in phase 2. Love to see it. So much happening on the screen. Okay, so I can injure the heads, but it only stuns them temporarily. But like, I think I have to hit the orb for it to actually like deal lasting damage. Right's bad, second to left is hands, and then lasers on the far left. That's the fire pillars. All of these are problems for very different reasons. Like lasers, I can dodge easily, but it means I can't hit the boss. For bats, I can hit the boss, but it's hard to dodge. And then hands, I have no idea what to do with, because it seems like I can't jump high enough to get over them. So I can jump high enough to get over them. jump. Didn't duck in time. Wind up got me. Yeah, we did it. Even managed to do it in under an hour. So that was an alright time. Since I did do it under an hour, let's try out the original just to see how it feels by comparison. The only thing I know is that they did also make this version easier. L2 to rewind the game. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna commit to fully beating this, but I will at least give like the first couple stages a shot and just see how it feels. If I suddenly start getting like further than I expected, then maybe we'll commit, but based on that last fight, I imagine this will be really rough. Unless continues are as generous. I can't tell if the time feels more brutal. What do you mean we get Yellow Devil platforming in stage 1? Also, as pretty obvious, there's no candles or item drops. Because from what I saw, only enemies drop items in this version. I thought that those are platforms I could jump on, but apparently not. I hate that this is the checkpoint. Enemies are definitely more sturdy. Not really any reason to grab hearts when I don't have any items. Apparently I have an item now. And dead. This is a very rude spot to put the checkpoint. Set up too early. It does look like I keep my items and resources though. And also the time resets, which is nice. But I could definitely see how this was made with the purpose to eat all of the quarters. Throw those bombs, but it's fine. I don't know why that does damage. Is this just survive the wave of bats, or is there something I missed here? I can actually break these, didn't realize. Okay, so this is not as bad as I thought. Still requires me to effectively break all of them. I guess ideally I would want to avoid jumping for the block section if I can break it and focus on ducking. Despawn rate on those is so quick. There's so many bats. So the answer is I do need to survive the wave of bats. The idea being that the bats are probably my resources for the boss. Because there's nothing else in there that drops items, obviously, so I have to kill the bats if I want resources. So if I just walk down there, it doesn't do damage. Is it like a weird fall damage thing? This is rough. It doesn't exactly help that I don't know how much health they have left. Oh, they did not remove the continue cap. I think we're good. I got to see what I wanted of the original, and I beat the revisited, which was my main goal for today. So while this was an extremely short stream, it was kind of planned to be. So with that, I think we are going to just get ready to raid. And I think we're gonna go say hi to Chair today, because I almost never get to raid them because they stream way earlier than I do. Or they stream like at the same time, but I end way later. So with that, that's another Castlevania game technically down. One that I learned way later, and probably, I think I had a good enough time that I might consider doing Castlevania 3 sooner rather than later. But I haven't decided what short games I want to work in. Overall, Revisited was fine. It's a short Castlevania game. Got through it with relatively little issues. Some of the designs, especially looking back at like this original version, are really neat to see how they've redone them. Also like a weirdly, like, actually kind of terrifying second phase for Dracula as opposed to being like this weird, just kind of goofy monster. But with that, let's get the raid ready. So, eventually I'll continue on with more Castlevania. Glad to get another one done. Probably Saturday I'll be back with more Yakuza Like a Dragon. And then my schedule is going to be very much determined based on how Saturday goes. If I feel like I'm not even close to the end of Yakuza, I might do 2 back-to-back streams to try to binge through it. Otherwise, I'll be doing more Nier Replicant because I got my grinding done, so I'm ready to move on to upgrading all weapons and finishing the B ending. And starting the C route. So it'll either be 2 back-to-back Yakuza streams, or it'll be Yakuza and Nier. With that, thanks for hanging out. Go say hi to Chair. Have a good one, and bye-bye.